Liam, I wanted to start by checking on the health of the group first, because the boys that you had out there today, the makeup was a little different to normal. How's everyone doing?
Everyone's doing really well. Like I've said a lot, we've had to tailor individually how we work, and a lot of the players who started on Tuesday were inside recovering, ready to go for another difficult game on Saturday. And it was a really good opportunity to bring up the under-21s to train with us. And that's something that I'll do through the season. I think it's really important, obviously Pat as well, making sure that we work together, making sure that we're all aligned, and making sure I can see the under-21 players as well. So it was a really, really good session. We got exactly what we needed out of it. The players who were on the bench or didn't start trained as well, so they're getting their minutes and they're getting their fitness up. Didsy was fantastic in training today. He needs those sessions, so it worked really, really well, and hopefully it puts us in a really, really good place for Saturday.
Those academy boys must love playing and training with a guy like David McGoldrick.
They have to learn. But it was brilliant. We had Corey Smith out there telling the players, you know, the younger players, where they need to be, what they need to do. I want that here. I want that culture where sometimes you learn more from the players you're playing with than your coaches. You learn more from your peers, and I want the players who are in the under-21s group to feel like, if I do well, there's a chance. And that's the way I worked last season with Wayne, and that's the way I'll continue to work at the moment. We're working really collaboratively, myself, Justin, Bucko, Pat Lyons and Darren Wassell. We're all really, really close, and that's the way it has to be to build this club in the long term back to where it should be, and that's recruitment in terms of the under-21s, making sure that we get that side of things right as well.
I know there's nothing that you can do about the schedule. The run of fixtures is incredibly busy. And given your circumstances, the fact you had to put the squad together late, I think you've said before, microwave the process, and the fact you're a couple of weeks behind everyone, would you really like more time with the squad out on the training pitch?
I think every manager would say that, regardless of the situation of pre-season. But at the same time, there's nothing better than playing games of football. What makes you less tired is winning games of football. You know, if I play Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday in my career, and we were in a period where we were winning games, that tiredness seems to somehow evaporate. It's like magic. So what we need to do is try and get the best results we can in this period, and actually that will help us psychologically, because then you start looking forward to the games more, you have more energy in your legs. And we're in a really, really good place. I'm delighted with the start of the season. If we win on Saturday, it's 10 points from 5 games. That's the benchmark for promotion, and that's what we're aiming for.
You've been asked a lot about your right back. Let me ask about your left back. Hayden Roberts, on loan from Brighton, started every game in the league for you. How pleased have you been with him?
Absolutely delighted. He's got a lot more to learn and a longer way to go, which is exciting, because I think everybody can see his potential. He's an outstanding defender. He's aggressive. He's a great athlete. He's got a great left foot, and he's a lad that I've known since he was 16 years old. So I've got a good connection with him, and I think I can help him develop into the player that he wants to be, because he's got all of the potential to play at the very top.
He's versatile. I think when you look at where he's played previously, centre-half, left-back, central midfield as well, are we seeing that with what you're asking him to do in the system?
He suits the system perfectly. He's played a lot of centre-back recently for Brighton, but in my time working with him, he was 16, he was playing in our under-23s, he was playing left-back, he was playing central midfield, he was playing centre-back at times, but that doesn't just go for him. The way that we play in the system that we play, I want players comfortable with, especially with the ball, in every area of the pitch. And I think you're seeing Jason Knight's progression. Jason's playing right back without the ball, but with the ball, he's playing a completely different position. So that's why it's working for him. And Hayden's another one that absolutely suits that role down to the ground.
A couple of days on from it, how are you feeling about the draw at Shrewsbury on Tuesday night?
Again, frustrated with the result, really happy with 80% of the aspect of our play. It's just that last 20%, which we've gone over, we've analysed this morning with the team. That possession, the way of playing, that style of playing, having possession, you end up not having to defend. But what we need at the end of it is a little bit more penetration and incision. And that's not down to the style of play, that's down to the fact we've only worked together for a short space of time. So I had a really positive meeting with the players today about certain positions to take up on the pitch, how we can turn the possession into goals. And I've got absolutely no doubts at all that that will come. And then all of a sudden you have a really complete way of playing the game, because I was surprised on Tuesday. I thought it was going to be a more physical game. I didn't expect us to have the control so early in the game, but that's credit to the players. We're ahead of schedule in terms of the way we want to play. So we took all of Shrewsbury's strengths away from them from the first 20 minutes of the game. They wanted to press us, and they realised very, very quickly they couldn't. So they sat back and defended for pretty much 90% of the game, probably 99% of the game. And that's down to the credit to the players, because that's the amount of respect teams are having for us. They're playing at home and playing like the away team. Now it's up to us to break that down.
We sat here last week and had a really interesting discussion about the style of play and what you're trying to do. Interested in Steve Cottrell's comments after the game, particularly about trying to exploit the space behind Joe Wildsmith, as strange as that sounds, with him being a goalkeeper. What did you make of what he had to say?
I think I'm going to get a lot of that this season. If I was a manager, I wouldn't comment on another team's style of play, and two, things that I don't really understand why other teams are doing it. I don't comment on teams that sit back for 95% of the game and play counter-attacking or long ball football. You know, I have respect for every different type of football. I'm trying to develop a way here that I think will benefit us in the long term. And actually, the more people talk about the style of play that we have, the better for me, because I think it means, you know, Steve had to change his whole way of playing after 5-10 minutes. It means we're causing problems for the opposition, so long may it continue.
I think I know the answer to this question, but no chance of you changing anything at Fleetwood on Saturday?
No chance at all. Just the only thing, hopefully, we change is the fact we score goals and we put away the chances we're creating. I felt we could create more chances and be a little bit more aggressive. I want us to have possession of the ball, but I want us to attack. That's the reason to have the ball, is to attack. And it's just making sure we make little minor tweaks to it, and hopefully it pays dividends on Saturday and in the long term moving forward.